Hey everyone, this is DW's Darius and welcome to another day in the fish room. So today I want to give you guys some more stocking ideas for a 125 gallon aquarium. Last week I showed you guys some of my top predators that you can keep inside of 125, and today I just want to discuss some of my top oddballs for a 125 gallon aquarium. Now, for those of you who may not know, oddballs are just fish that are not like normal fish.
Like that man right there.
Just a fish that definitely catches a lot of attention, that definitely sticks out. So yeah, today I want to give you guys a look at some bigger oddballs that you can keep inside of 125. The standard 125, I remind you, 6 feet long, 18 inches wide, and I think it was like 22.5 inches tall. And today I want to give you guys a look at this 125. So that was my grow out 125. This actually is another grow out 125, but this one has some different fish. A lot of the fish in this tank are pretty shy. Look at that Cuban. Very beautiful fish. But yeah, a lot of the fish in this tank are pretty shy. But yeah, this is another 125, and this is going to be the backdrop of today's video. So yeah, everyone, my top 10 oddballs for a 125 gallon aquarium. Enjoy. Okay everyone, so the first oddball fish that I will recommend for a 125 gallon aquarium is the Flagtail Pochi. I currently have one inside my 350 gallon aquarium, and this definitely is one of my favorite fish. These flagtails could reach about 14 inches, and I love the fact that these fish are so peaceful. Now, they will be aggressive towards their own kind, so you definitely got to keep them as the only species in the aquarium. On top of that, you want to make sure you don't keep them with fish that look similar. But besides that, these guys are very peaceful. They're algae eaters, so they will spend a majority of their day grazing on algae. And these guys are just awesome. I love how beautiful they are. In a 125 gallon aquarium, I would keep one, and you can keep it with some tetra because these guys really are peaceful. You can keep them with small tetra or with small Central and South American cichlids. But yeah, definitely a very cool oddball for a 125 gallon aquarium. Another cool oddball for a 125 gallon are bichurs. Now you have certain bichurs that don't exceed 14 inches, and those are definitely good options for a 125 gallon aquarium. You have bichurs like Polypterus senegalis. This one reaches about 12 inches. You have the gold dust bichur. You have the ornate bichur. Both of these reach about 14 inches, and it definitely would be some nice oddballs inside a 125 gallon aquarium. These fish definitely have that prehistoric look, and no doubt they'll definitely be a great eye catcher. Inside of 125, I would maybe mix them with like the predators that I listed in my previous video, like an Oscar or Datnoid, something like that, and I think it definitely would be a very cool tank. Another cool oddball for a 125 gallon is the tiger knifefish. Now this is a knifefish that comes from South America, and it can reach about 10 to 12 inches. This is a peaceful fish, and it definitely is a very beautiful fish. Now these knifefish, they can be very nocturnal, so it's best when you design your tank that you create multiple hiding places, and I find that when you do provide these hiding places, it will encourage them to be a little bit more active. And I was able to get my ghost knife to eat out my hand because he has just a nice amount of security in an aquarium. So I imagine it's the same thing with these tiger knives, provide a decent amount of comfort in an aquarium by providing caves, hideouts, and eventually you'll get more behavior. Like I said, these fish are peaceful, so you definitely got to consider who you mix them with. I would mix them with like peaceful South American cichlids like Geophagus, Acaras, stuff like that. You even could get away with mixing them with larger tetra. Just stay away from fish that are too small because they do have a predatorial instinct. And with that predatorial instinct, they are also pretty picky when it comes to eating. So you will have to feed them bloodworms, shrimp, raw fish, and things like that. But besides that, these fish are very gorgeous, and no doubt that they are a very odd fish. Another cool oddball for 125 is the Bandit Leper. Now this is a fish coming from South America, a very beautiful fish that can reach about 12 inches. They have a nice black and yellow body and this nice slender body. Definitely a cool looking fish. The only thing is this fish has a lot of complaints. I hear a lot of people saying that this fish is very aggressive. I myself, I kept one in the past and it was extremely territorial. So when it comes to keeping this fish in a 125, you definitely got to consider tank mates wisely. In a 125, it's probably best that you only keep one of this species because the tank for a fish, 12 inches can be tight if you keep multiple, so just keep one. And I see a lot of people with success keeping them with like Mabuna from Lake Malawi of Africa, because they're small and swift and just able to get away from the Bandit Leperness. So I guess if you wanted to do other fish like from the same area, because these fish do come from South America, you want to mix them with fish that are just fast and at the same time pretty aggressive. So I would mix them with like convict cichlids, the salvini, bartoni. These fish are very fast and at the same time very aggressive, so they should be able to live with the Bandit Leperness. But yeah, this fish is definitely very gorgeous and definitely will be a nice fish in a 125. Another cool option is the African tiger scat. Now this is a fish coming from Africa obviously, and these fish are very beautiful. They can reach 12 inches, and I'm a big fan of scats. The only reason why I don't keep them is because most scats are brackish, so they need a little bit of salt in their aquariums. However, the African tiger scat is one of the only scats that are truly freshwater. They can live their entire life in freshwater with no problem. The only reason I don't have one is because these guys cost over $200. So they are pricey, but no denying they are very beautiful and they are generally peaceful. So you could keep maybe a group of them in a 125, or you keep one with some peaceful fish. But no doubt this is a fish on my list, and it definitely would look nice in a 125. Another cool oddball for a 125 is the clown loach. I currently have a group of them in my 125, and no doubt they are some very beautiful, active, amazing fish. They can reach about 12 inches, and they do best in school. So in the 125, I would keep 5 to 6 of them, and no doubt they'll be very enjoyable. Now the thing about clown loaches, to get the best results, you want to keep them with fish that are very active. I find that clown loaches, they really respond to the other fish in an aquarium. They are a very shy group of fish, but if you give them tank mates that are very bold and active, they're gonna blend in, they're gonna feel a little bit more comfortable, and they're gonna be a lot more active. So yeah, before, when I first started keeping clown loaches, I kept them with peaceful fish, and mine, I never saw them, they always hid. But the moment I moved them to more aggressive active fish, that's when they started to grow, that's when they became more active. I currently keep mine with tinfoil barbs, and I always see my clown loaches, and I believe it's because the tinfoil barbs are so big and at the same time so bold. So if you keep clown loaches in 125, you want to keep them with big bold fish. You can keep with cichlids, with barbs. Tinfoil barbs will get too big, but you have other barbs like the Ninsen barbs or T barbs. But basically clown loaches, they like a tank with energy. That's how you get the best results, that's how you get the most activity, and that's how you get the most growth and just the most enjoyment from these fish. Another cool option for a 125 is the rope fish. Now this is a good option for anybody that ever wanted to snake and just wasn't able to keep them. I know when I was growing up I wasn't allowed to keep snakes because my family was superstitious, but yeah, this definitely would have been a great alternative. These rope fish could get 16 inches and they definitely look like a mini snake. In a 125 you could keep 2 of them, and these fish are generally peaceful so long as you don't keep them with fish that's small enough to be eaten. But yeah, definitely a nice oddball, definitely a snake of a fish. Yeah, and I would keep them with like peaceful, larger tetra, maybe some barbs, and definitely would be a nice showfish. Another cool oddball for a 125 gallon aquarium is the Longsnout Ditchfish. Now this is a fish that can reach about 16 inches and a very beautiful fish. You just want to make sure you don't get it confused with the cousin, the 6-bar Ditchfish. And the main reason why is because the 6-bar Ditchfish can reach about 30 inches, but the long snout is more ideal for a 125 and it can reach about 16 inches. So the Longsnout Ditchfish, the scientific name is Ditchfish lasuso. That's the one you want to go with. These fish, like I said, are very beautiful, and the main way you distinguish the long snout with the 6-bar is that the long snout obviously has a longer snout, a longer mouth. So that's the distinguishment. Another thing you want to consider with these fish is that they can be a little bit aggressive, so you do want to choose tank mates that can be pretty fast and at the same time that's willing to tolerate aggression. So like I said, some of those cichlids that are more aggressive, or like silver dollars, just something fast and swift, able to get away from the long snout if it does get aggressive. Another cool oddball for a 125 gallon aquarium is the Apollo shark. Now these fish can reach about 10 inches, and the thing that's cool about these fish is that they're one of those fish that just don't stop moving. So they're constantly going to be swimming, and you know that swimming non-stop is just very relaxing, very therapeutical to watch. In a 125, I would keep like 5 of them, and these will be a great combo with the clown loach. Like I said, the clown loach, they like an active tank, and no doubt the activity from the Apollo sharks will encourage the clown loaches to be very active. Now, if you don't want to keep 5 of them, you can keep 1 of them, and you have to keep it with just fish that I would say are semi-aggressive, so smaller Central and South American cichlids, and it definitely will be a nice oddball fish. Okay everyone, and the final oddball that I want to share with you guys that's good for a 125 is the giant whiptail catfish. Now this fish is definitely on my wish list. I love the way they look. I find them to be a good alternative to the stingray. Obviously stingrays are very difficult to take care of and they do get very big. The giant whiptail catfish gets about 14 inches, which makes it ideal for a 125 gallon aquarium, and you still get some of those behaviors that you see with the stingrays. So they'll do some burrowing. If you have sand, they'll burrow in the substrate and you'll just see their eyes, which I think is amazing. They'll stay towards that lower portion of the tank, and no doubt the look of these fish is just very beautiful, very amazing. It really brings a natural feel to the tank when you can have a fish burrowing like that. And like I said, definitely a fish I would like to keep in the future, and it definitely will be a cool oddball in a 125. Now this fish is generally peaceful, so you will keep it with fish, of course, that are peaceful, geophagus, acaras, nothing too aggressive, and definitely would be an entertaining pet. Okay everyone, so that has been a look at some of my top oddballs that you can keep inside of a 125 gallon aquarium. Of course, if you have any questions about what you saw today, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If you have any recommendations of oddballs that you can keep in this here 125, let us all know, because we like to check out your comments. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, because we have big things. Look at this fish. This guy, biggest fish I keep. But yeah, we have big things coming, and awesomeness. Look at the cat. This is a Maine Coon. He's about 6 months old. But yeah, everyone, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Once again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.